Hello and welcome to Chronically Cozy Business Chats. I'm Randy, your cozy business bestie. I'm a low energy business and content strategist, writer, and the founder of the Chronically Cozy Creators Club and Business Directory. I'm here to help you build a business that actually respects your energy limits. This podcast is a cozy space to talk about what it looks like to do business differently through honest chats with other chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs who are already out there doing the thing, and some solo episodes with yours truly where I share lessons from my 9+ years in building a business with chronic illness and ADHD. So make sure your coffee is hot, get cozy, and let's chat. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's guest. Lou is a web developer and a digital consultant. We haven't had many computer people, so I'm excited about this. And we're also going to get to talk about marketing, which I'm really excited about. So, Lou, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and being here.
Hi, Randy. Thanks for having me.
It's so great. And where are you coming to us from?
I am dialing in from Melbourne, Australia.
Yay, you're my second Australian then. How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had another woman on who was, she is a money mindset coach. I can't remember which part of Australia she's from now because I have a horrible memory for those things.
That's okay.
And where did you find me on Threads?
Yes.
I just love that about social media. Like I'm finding and meeting so many people from so many different places. It's so great.
Yeah, the algorithm is so magical. This has been going on for a while, but there's a type of post that people make that is basically just like, "Hey, I'm looking for X, Y, Z person," and those people
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. And I actually made a post a while ago saying, I don't need an algorithm reset. My feed is amazing right now. I've got so many chronically ill and neurodivergent business owners and people who do so many different things, everything from different business services like you and I do to artists and crafters and creators. It's so amazing. I have my business directory and I think I'm up to 18 categories now because we can't be fit into small boxes and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Your directory's grown like a snowball.
Yeah, I know. I'm loving it. It's so exciting. And this recent update with it, everybody can add pictures now of the creations, and that's my favorite part because I open the back end stuff of everything and it just pops up with all these pictures that
Right.
people have added.
Right.
It's so fun.
I'm not in there. Should I join?
You should absolutely join.
Okay. Well,
You should
I will
definitely be
apply
in
once
there.
we're done with this podcast.
Absolutely. I have a whole business services category. And we need more people who can work in the business and help us with business, who actually also understand, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I am gonna apologies if I'm getting ahead of you, but I just want to say that, yeah, this is absolutely perfect because one thing about being chronically ill or neurodivergent in business, and when you start telling your friends and family, oh, I'm gonna do this solo business thing, and they're like, cool, you should go to 6 a.m. business networkings and talk to strangers. No,
Yeah.
we are not made for that.
Yeah. No, oh my gosh, that's the main reason I built this community, and I'm trying to find all the ways that we can connect while still not because I'm a huge introvert and I'm not good at networking and stuff like that. And I'm good at one-on-one conversations, but as soon as it turns
Yeah, me
into a
too.
group thing, I just get really quiet most of the time.
Yeah.
So I can't do it. I can't process it. So having things like this was really important to me. And that was the reason why I wanted to do the podcast and stuff like that was to give chance to the people who don't often feel as comfortable sharing their story.
Mhm.
So give it a comfortable space, right?
Mm.
So tell us, how did you get into doing what you're doing? Tell us about your journey through chronic illness and business.
Ooh, well, where do I start?
I know it's always such a big question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I have, no, let's start with what I do. So, I have always had a really good affinity for computers and making stuff. I just think it's really cool and fun to be able to make, say, an advertisement or a invitation or something with software. And as I was growing up, the internet kind of emerged as a commercial thing. So I saw people building their websites on the net, and I thought, "Well, that sounds like fun. I want to do it, and I bet I can do it really good." Because at the time, um, people like my parents' age, and my mom in particular, were like feeling like technology and IT stuff was being thrust upon them very quickly and they couldn't keep up with it. So I also thought, well, if they feel like really stressed and overwhelmed about having like this IT stuff that they just got to adapt to so quickly and they feel like they can't, like, I want to be there to help them with that.
Yeah. Yeah, the technology of it all is a lot. I was like you, I was like attracted to it right away. I was attracted to some of the like creative sides of it, and like a lot of people told me that it wasn't going to be profitable. And I listened to them like an idiot, and I went into, like, healthcare instead, and that burnt me out quickly, and I really wish I'd gone into, like I wanted to go into, like, graphic design
Mm.
before it was, like, the popular thing it is now. I would have been, like, right at the beginning of it all. It's always one of those things that I, like, kinda kick myself for.
Mhm. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
I'm 38, so yeah, same era of time and technology.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I also gave 9 to 5 work a go. So I've worked in digital agencies and I've worked in teams of people building websites, and it wasn't really for me. I enjoyed
Yeah.
the work, but there's so much about like the participation aspect of being there, not just navigating your neurodivergent, their neurotypical, but also you need to be prepared to have the energy at the end of the week to go out for drinks or to go to the
Oh,
company
yes.
holiday, the company vacation.
I
Uh,
always felt like such a weirdo because I never loved that stuff. Like, I didn't want to participate and I didn't want to go to the
yeah,
parties. And everyone was like, but it's a party. And I'm like, it
yeah.
sounds exhausting. And like, I have to talk to all of you. I just,
Oh,
and I was always the odd one out for that. Now I get to have my own little parties, just me and my dog.
yeah. Like they're all gonna go to Bali for a weekend or go to the snow for a weekend, and like, I've already spent the week with you guys.
Yeah, right. It's enough, it's enough. Oh my gosh, like, there's so many things about being neurodivergent that just doesn't work in that, like, traditional business atmosphere, right? Like and it's not that we're, like, unfriendly or unsocial, it's just that people are a lot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of expectation on you, and rarely it's rarely ever like explicit. It's always implied that you have to be prepared for all this social stuff, all this small talk, just to
Yeah,
make sure that people know that you're on their side.
yeah.
And I think most neurodivergent people get it. Like, we can just jump straight in and start talking about websites or anime or animals or plants if we want
Please
to.
do, that's all I want. I don't need any small talk. But one of my, like, biggest pet peeves was when we had, like, meetings, and then we had to start with, like, going around the room and like checking in or saying something that we like loved about this week, or like that little small talk, like opening game or whatever that they would always play. I hated that stuff.
Or talking about sport. Oh, did you watch the sport? Yes, some people
Yeah.
moved a ball back and forth across the
Yeah.
stadium.
Sports happen for sure. Yeah. And like sometimes then the conversation would get into like, something that you like a television show all of a sudden. And you're like, oh, well, I can talk about this, but you're like way more into it than anybody else is. They're like, oh, well, I don't know. I was watching it. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, like I was super into that, but cool. Thanks. Like that was
Mm,
always the way, right? No, I love
yes.
working for myself. So you work for yourself now, freelance capacity?
Yes.
Love it. How did you find getting into doing the freelance work as a neurodivergent person?
There were some hurdles to get over, like, ooh, I find talking to people challenging, not because I'm afraid of it, but because my kind of neurodivergence is, um, speaking is hard. It's hard. It's a hard activity for my brain to do. It takes a lot of energy. It takes extra processing. But I made an exception to be on this podcast.
Appreciate. I always like usually podcast days, like this is the only thing I do today. Like I do a little bit of other like admin work, but as much as I love it and as much as like I really value connecting with everybody, it's still draining. I get it.
Hmm. Yeah. And I get to spend time being nonverbal.
Yeah. Oh, I just love having my whole day where like the only person I talk to is my dog if I want to. And otherwise it's just like me with my headphones on and being able to wear whatever I want. That one's key.
Yeah.
I
That
have
is
a
something
lot
that
of
gave
like,
me a bit of anxiety is just, showing up to work and wondering, "Oh, are my shoes okay with my outfit? Are people gonna
yeah,
notice?"
right? I always had like a lot of sensory issues around clothing. So like I stopped wearing jeans forever ago because they were just always too tight and they were rubbing and
Hmm.
uncomfortable and like not soft enough. So like, oh, yeah, I was in heaven when like yoga pants became like the normal business casual. That was the
Alright.
best for me. But now being able to just like wear whatever I want, that's that's the best accommodation I could ask for.
Mhm. Yeah.
So tell me more about being a web developer and digital consultant. That must be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, like I said, ever since I was young, I enjoyed making stuff with computers, and I get some satisfaction in helping people who maybe don't feel comfortable with tech. Um,
That's really nice.
yeah, and another cool aspect about it is that even though I kind of specialize in helping women and AFAB, assigned female at birth, and those sort of people, and I also specialize in like coaches and consultants. Um, I can still accept other clients as well, like people
Hmm.
outside that niche, but also like no two clients are ever going to be the same, and no two website
Yeah.
projects are ever going to be the same, and I get to experience different kinds of people and different kinds of businesses as well. Um,
Yeah, that's so fun.
whereas if I was boxed in to say a like an in-house team for a specific business and only ever worked on that business,
Hmm.
I'd probably get bored with it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had to work on the same website all the time, I mean, I get that. I work on my website myself, so
Yeah,
it changes a lot though. Because I get bored probably, but I'm gonna say
yeah.
because I grow. Because everything's growing.
Hmm.
I do love working on my website myself. I've did like when I started my first business, forevers ago now. That was one of the things I was actually really excited about to learn. I thought about like hiring somebody, but like it was something that I wanted to like also be able to do. And
Mm.
every once in a while, I have like a good day doing things, and I think, like, maybe I could be a web developer. Maybe I could do this for other people. I bet like that would be really fun. And then it glitches. These website glitches. How do you deal with the frustrations? Because like it's never something like obvious. It's always something just like weird. I don't know, a plugin just randomly updated or something. I go crazy trying to deal with these things.
Uh, yeah, I get that. I hear that a lot from people. This is another one of my secret superpowers is that I am very patient with software and computers. So back in the day when I was, how long ago was it? A child, before I was a teenager or like preteen, that sort of age, our computers at home were very slow, and when you press the power button on, it would take several minutes for it to actually load into Windows. So I was
For
always
those days.
prepared for that. I was prepared to wait, and um, I'd just go away and make myself a snack or a cup of tea while I waited for the computer
Smart.
to start up. And so I knew that back in those days, it could take a while for a program to open up or for something to save to a disk. So I was
Yeah.
prepared, and if errors popped up, I just knew that that's a condition of working with a computer. So I was always very patient and solution seeking. It also helped that
So zen.
my dad is also kind of a tech nerd. So before I was born, he used to mess around with programming and building his own computers. So
It's in your
he had
genetics.
it's in my genes too. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had that fascination and patience with computers as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of those things like that is a superpower to be like patient, especially with technology. I don't know. I know logically, like it's doing a lot. And it's super impressive, all the things that
Mm,
it's doing. I'm talking to you right now and I can see you, and you're in Australia. That's crazy.
amazing.
But also, I'm still like a little bit like frustrated that my like your picture isn't perfect right now. And when it like my webcam that's supposed to automatically connect didn't automatically connect when I plugged it in the first time. Like
Mm, yeah. And
I
here's
just
another thing
never,
I
yeah.
notice. One thing I notice, if you want to try and make your own website and you go to like GoDaddy or Wix or whatever, and they'll say on the homepage like, "This is so easy, anyone can do it." No, come on, no, that's a lie.
I mean, I do believe that like more people probably could build their sites themselves than do
Mm,
try,
yeah.
but no, it does take like it takes a special like way of thinking. I don't know. I've never found a piece of software that I wasn't able to figure out personally. Like
Mm,
I can if
yeah.
somebody can design it, I can figure it out unless they're trying to mess with me. Um
Mhm.
but like, yeah, the patience of it all for the designing and the tech problems. I don't think I could deal with that full time.
This is
But
why
no,
I'm
that does
here.
sound a lot of fun. Yeah, right? Um, which programs do you like using the most?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. So I do a lot of websites in Squarespace. Um, and I also build websites in WordPress. And Squarespace is really good because once I do show someone how to edit their pages, it's pretty straightforward and uncomplicated. Um, I do a bit of work with Canva as well. And that's also something that, yeah, it's sort of well designed for people of different skill levels. So with Canva, you could, if you wanted to, just browse their library and load a template into your design, or if you do have some graphic design skills and knowledge, you can absolutely browse the library and hand pick different texts and different colors and different shapes and make something that way too. Um, there are some pretty, I want to say elitist graphic designers who are like, no, you must use Photoshop and Illustrator. You're not a real graphic designer if you don't use Adobe. But nah, I don't think that's
We do
fair. I
not
think
gatekeep around
no,
here.
no, no. If you want to use Canva, and by all means, you can absolutely make
Yeah.
beautiful things with Canva.
The entrepreneur community is so weird sometimes. Like, sometimes we are so supportive of each other, and then sometimes, like, it doesn't take much and everybody flips. And,
Yeah.
like, one person says they're not using the same program as everybody else, or they're doing things a slightly different or easier or more adapted way. And people are like, nope, that's not real. That's not real. You can't do it that way. And I see that all the time in our community.
Mm,
Like people saying like, oh, you can't do it that way, um or if you don't have the money to spend on it, like you're not a real business owner. Like, please, just not
yeah.
into that.
Yeah. No, for sure.
We're all here to do the capitalism thing because we have to, not because any of us want to. And we should all just be supportive of each other doing the things.
Yeah. Exactly.
But maybe I just have like a very utopian idea. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. There's absolutely no reason to go at other people's throats. No reason.
Right?
All that,
No.
all that idea that, oh, this is wrong. You have to do it this way. I'm the best. I know the right way.
Yeah.
That's made up.
Yeah. No. We're all just doing the things in the best way we know how and in what way is accessible for us. And like that's a huge thing that I've heard from like people who are chronically ill and disabled and neurodivergent doing things in ways that are like, some people see it as cheating, but it's not. It's just adapting to what we need because our brains work
Hmm.
slightly differently. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
I
That's
think
what
as
we're
long
here for.
as you don't have the intent to hurt someone else, I think you should be fine.
Exactly. Do what you want to do as long as it's not hurting anyone else. You do you. And I mean, like, that's a thing that, like, so much of our community, like, we face not only, like, people, like, fighting us on the things about being entrepreneurs, but also, like, I mean, fighting to be believed about our illnesses and our diagnoses and our
Mm.
struggles. And like, I find that like most of our lives, like as chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs, is just trying to argue with people that, like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I'm doing things the best way I know how, and I know what I'm
Mm.
talking about. I'm telling the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard
How,
one.
of course, if you don't want to talk about it at all, that's totally fine, but how was your diagnosis journey, or do you have a diagnosis, a formal diagnosis?
Yeah, so my diagnosis came when I was about 13, 14. So I would have liked it to have been earlier, but access to healthcare and that sort of thing was very rare back in those times. So I was kind of lucky to get it when I did, but at the same time, um, it was difficult because that age of 13, 14, 15 is sort of where you're starting to become an adult and figure out who you are. So
Yeah,
internally in my mind, it was very rocky and confusing,
yeah,
and um, I had demons to fight because of that. Because is this? I knew I was a different kid, but I also now had a label to it. This confirms that I'm different, and so
yeah,
yeah, there was stuff that I had to battle there.
yeah.
And
Did
it
you find
it
the
took me a long
label
time.
helped you do those?
At that time, No, it was difficult. Yeah.
Like, did you have much access to any, like, information on top of the diagnosis, though?
Uh,
Or was it just like a, "Hey, by the way, here you go."
yeah, it's always been a kind of struggle because, um, the kind of support you could get was really only to help, um, children who are entering into what we call primary school or what you'd call elementary school. Yeah, that sort
Yeah,
of thing. So when I was in that high school age, um, you know, basically it's like, oh, your condition is a thing that happens to children. There's nothing
yeah.
for adults or people becoming adults.
That's so
Yeah,
frustrating.
yeah.
Um, what's Australian healthcare like? Do you guys have is it, like, all privatized, or is it more universal healthcare?
Um, it's both. Uh,
A little bit in between?
yes, yes, yes. So public healthcare is pretty good. Um, yeah, yeah. Most people can get the help they need. Um, it's just that there may be situations where a thing is not either not covered or maybe you're in a situation where because you're not, say, a citizen, then you're not entitled to something or
Yeah,
other discount. Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause
Mm.
ours here, like, I find, I mean, like, we have the universal healthcare, like, it's covered if you need something, but if you need anything specialized, if you need to go to anybody for a specific thing, like possibly an ADHD or autism diagnosis, you have to go to a specialist, which you either need a referral from your GP, which means you have to convince your GP it's a thing. And so
Mm.
there's a lot of, like it's a lot of hoops to jump through and a lot of waiting. Is it kind of the same down there?
It is kind of similar, but at the same time, there are some political movements to try and get things like ADHD diagnosis and medication under what we call Medicare so that you don't have to jump through
Yeah,
so many hoops.
that's good.
Mm.
It's good to see that it's changing and, like, we're starting to get more information about it, and especially for those who are female or assigned female at birth, like, we need more information about what it looks like when you're not an 8-year-old boy. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
would
exactly.
help so much of us, and
Mm.
then we wouldn't have to struggle through the, like, typical 9 to 5s because we would know why we don't fit into these things.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
is there any advice you can share for other people who wanna go into doing what you're doing?
Mm. Yeah, I think what helps is just being very clear about what you want and what your needs and accommodations are. Um, when you go out and start telling people what you do, um, yeah, just make it clear um, what you want out of life. Because really, if you go out and say, "Oh, I need work," and you don't specify how that looks, you
Yeah.
could end up in a place that isn't quite right for you. Um, and yeah, this is a thing that also it helps ADHD people, it helps autistic people, and it helps neurotypical people. Is just yeah, understanding how to be clear about what you want.
I think that's huge for anyone doing any kind of, like, freelance work because we get to set so much of our own boundaries and,
Hmm.
say what the work is going to look like, but if you're not clear on it, it's really high chance that, like, your clients are either going to take advantage or accidentally scope up on the, like or creep up on your scope of work. So yeah, setting boundaries and having, like, a really clear idea of what you can do and will do, super smart.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, oh, I had a question there and now it's gone. Flitted away. As it does. Uh, yeah, no, that is hugely important. And what about for people who are looking for somebody who to do web development? Like somebody who's just starting their business, like what's your advice about having a website?
Hmm. Well, I do get a number of people come to me who um, are unprepared, and they often admit that they're unprepared and they don't know things. So don't be shy about asking questions. And in order to, I guess, help you prepare, I want to say be prepared to do a little bit of thinking and some homework, because a website that supports your business and gets you the customers or leads or sales that you want, it doesn't come out of thin air. So there are different parts that we need to figure out. And sure, somebody else could do all of that for you, but be prepared to have a think about that. And if somebody else is helping you with that, be prepared to allocate some time and some brain space um, to collaborate on that and shape it out.
I think I've actually heard that from other web designers. They say clients come to them like, "Hey, can you just build me a website?" And they're like, "Okay,
Mm,
well, like, I need more information than that." Like, and people think it just happens, but
yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it.
It's a bit like going to someone and say, I've got a delivery business. Can you build me a vehicle? And it's like,
Yeah.
well, do you want a bicycle or a truck
Yeah.
or something in between?
Delivering what? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And personally, like, I have always been a huge believer of like, you need a website, right? Like, if you're a business owner and you want to be taken seriously and you don't want to do as much work, you need a website.
Yes, yes, yes. It does take work off your
Yes.
shoulders.
Yes, right? Because it has so many ways that directs people to you, and you can build in different ways that they can connect with you and book with
Mm.
you.
Yep.
So important. And yet I still see so many entrepreneurs who just have like either just a link in bio, maybe a stand store. It's
Hmm.
just, it's not.
Yeah.
Um, One of the biggest things I'm seeing right now is a lot of people want to leave Etsy.
Really?
Etsy it hasn't been doing them as well.
Hmm.
It hasn't been pushing their stuff, and a lot of what's on Etsy is really like either like AI generated or mass produced stuff these days. Like it's just kind of getting
Oh,
taken
yeah, like
over, which
the
is
drop shipped Temu and AliExpress
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, which is such a shame. So do you have any advice that you could pass on to any of these small business owners who are just creating their own little products, who went to Etsy because it was supposed to be easy, but now might need their own website? Like, where should they go? What should be their first step? I know
Um,
that's a lot. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I would like you to know that getting a website doesn't have to be scary or complicated. And I think one of the things that draws people into Etsy is that there's this idea that you don't have to do your own marketing because the Etsy, the search engine inside that website will do it all for you and bring people to you. Um, but it's not difficult. And I know it seems like a lot of work, but if you do want to create your own website, um, some of the best things you can do to make it work for you is to break all the things you need down into steps and focus on just one part of the website at a time. So break it down in a way that you can manage and that your brain can handle. So, you know, you got to have a homepage, some pictures of your products and about you. You don't have to think about them all at once. Just take it in steps. And then
Yeah,
once
just
that's
one little
complete,
bit.
take the marketing bit in steps too. So you can always you don't have to do all your SEO descriptions all at once. You can do them a bit at a time and get your best selling products SEO ready and then move on to the next ones.
Yeah, because it's just going to be there. It's not going to rush you. It's not
Mm,
going anywhere. Yes, that's Very true. Lou, thank you so much for coming and talking to me today. Can you tell our listeners, watchers, where to find you?
Absolutely, sure. So I have my own Linktree style page, not made on Linktree, it's on my own website, loukoz.com/hello. So that's LOUKOZ.com/hello. And that's a page with all my links. So it's got a link to my website, it's got a link to my social media channels, and
Awesome.
yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. I'll make sure that I drop all of those links down below so that everybody can find you when they need their beautiful websites designed. Thank you
Oh,
again so much for coming. If anybody else ever wants to come and share their story on the Cozy Chats podcast, please let me know. All the information for that will be down below as well. And I will see you all next time. Bye.